I remember when I was 9 years old. I'm on a Little League team. I've got a brand spanking new uniform, ball cap, shoes. I'm feeling like $1,000,000. And I stepped to the plate. Staring me down on the pitcher's mound was my friend Joe. And Joe was a big dude, towered over the rest of us in our 4th grade class. And I stand there, smiling a little bit, with the bat in hand and back. At that point, I realized not only was Joe staring at me, but all my friends in the dugout and my other classmates that I knew out on the field. And I sat there, bat in hand, and froze. For 8 pitches, because in Little League, it takes 6 balls to walk you. That bat didn't leave my shoulder. And I wound up getting a walk. My buddy Joe had a hard time throwing a strike at me. And I took first base. That incident would haunt me for the next 13 years. Because what I thought I had learned at that point was that if all I did was show up and not look foolish to all of my friends, that I would do okay. And it wasn't until my first tour as a United States Navy officer on my first ship when I didn't step up to the plate and successfully perform an exercise because I had thought to myself all I had to do was be there and not take action, that my world all of a sudden came crashing down. In that 2-hour incident on board the guided missile frigate, I went from a young ensign with great potential to a guy who now was looking at a permanent disdain on his record. By the way, that firing lasted 2 hours and I was reinstated because the people that were evaluating that realized I simply made a mistake. But as I'm sitting there, embarrassed and ashamed, I realized in that moment, I was still the 9-year-old, afraid to swing the bat. And I remember waking up thinking to myself, you know what, the next exercise that comes there, I'm not going to worry about whether I succeed or fail. Because I just did. My career was almost done before it even got started. So if I'm truly not going to succeed in this job, you know what, I'm going to go down swinging. I'm going to prep like hell, and I'm going to give it a shot, and we'll see what happens. And my career in the Navy took off after that. I got ranked #1 in my class. I got opportunities to do things I never thought I'd dream about. And then when I decided to take a chance and convert to public affairs officer, a very competitive selection process, I got picked up. Not my first or my second time, but my 3rd time, because I kept swinging the bat. And my success since then in the private sector has largely been predicated on me believing about the possibilities more than about the obstacles. I've had my cuts and my scrapes. I have been bloodied and I've been beat up, in professional and in life. And in fact, if you were to look at my track record, I haven't succeeded more than I have. Now, I don't call that failure. I call that I learned along the way of stuff not to do. Because the failure that I had was being the 9-year-old kid who was afraid to take the bat off his shoulders and swing it. I don't know if I could have gotten a hit off of Joe. He was a big dude. But to this day, I don't know. And I'll never go through that again. You are put on this earth to realize your full potential. Anybody who says that they don't fail along the way is kidding themselves. But the truth is, you learn everything you need to learn by not succeeding. As sure as I'm standing here talking to you, I make you this promise. Keep swinging the bat, keep learning, keep trying, and you will get your hits.